All right. Welcome, everybody, to my second part of this really long-running, not yet anywhere near completed series of my take on Alice in Wonderland-esque kind of stories. So we're just gonna go ahead and I'm Alex, if you didn't know. We're just gonna go ahead and get right into character introductions as we get into the game entitled Hatter's Request. So we'll just start left to right with Ravier.
My name is Ravier Gaviter, and I am currently on a path to get stronger in order to assist me and a couple others in tearing down a gaggle of, vampires. So, me being drawn here, I guess it's fate or something like that. Certainly not a divine circumstance.
All right, next up.
Hi, I'm Zalana Kami. I am a wizard by trade, and then I realized that sometimes people need some help and some healing, so I started doing the cleric stuff. Not super good at it, but I follow the domain of knowledge, so I'm learning a lot, and I know a lot, and I can do a lot, and magic is really cool, and I have these tribal tattoos that protect me from cold. And I am a tiefling, so I'm protected from hot. And and I have this ring. And there is a guy. He says his name is Hatter, and he sometimes talks to me.
All right, next up.
My name is Viktor Stolinsky, and I am just enjoying a lovely evening here, seeing many familiar faces and several new faces. Like Ravier, I am making it my mission to eradicate the vampire scourge that is plaguing these lands. And we are getting close. 2 down, only a few more to go.
Next up.
Well, howdy. I'm Noah Rockflare, traveling gunslinger. Just, doing the everyday thing of you cross me, you get shot in the face. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Last but not least.
Last but not least is muted.
Mm-hmm.
Great, I'm totally muted. Thank you. Hi, I'm Talila, and this is Greg, and she'll motion towards her Axebeak, who, by the way, Alex is supposed to be large.
Oh, he's a large, not small.
So, yeah, he's large. Yeah. So I'm assuming maybe she's left him outside, so he's like peeking his head in the window because he's a little chaotic. And we don't want him wrecking the guild hall. He's probably gotten in trouble for that already. So yeah, and I'm excited to be here. I felt this strange urge to come in here and help out, and I see an old friend, Zalana, and I'm very excited that we're going to be working together again.
Hi, Talila.
Hi. What's going on?
I don't know. Magic doing magic-y things. It's really interesting. And yeah, just ended up back in the guild hall. I mean, haven't been gone for very long. Been out on some weird dates lately. Are they called dates? Is that what they are? I don't know. My girlfriend just drags me around places. It's weird.
Oh, wow. I'm happy for you. That sounds great.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Sounds like you're doing well.
Yeah, so far so good. How are you?
Well, the usual. Greg keeps me busy because he's Greg. Yeah, just taking the odd job here and there.
Awesome.
As you guys are catching up and spending some time reacquainting yourselves with each other, you can't help but notice you all have this stronger than normal urge to just spend some time in the guild hall and the tavern. You guys spend a lot of time here, but normally you don't feel the urge like something is holding you here. Normally you come in, do what you need to do, and then you dip out, take jobs, or go somewhere else, do whatever it is that your day-to-day lives take you to. But you feel the urge to just kind of sit and wait. Um, and then after a short while, you all start to feel this sense of anxiety, like you're running late. Um, as you guys begin to feel this increased sense of anxiety and feeling of lateness, what are the other three of you doing as Lana and Talila are catching up?
Mr. Rockflare would kind of call Victor in a little closer to him and will slide Victor 4 vials. 2 vials of red cat blood, 2 vials of fey rabbit blood.
I see you have been hunting a bit, my friend.
I've been a bit busy. Gathered what I could, you know. Figured you got some use out of these.
It will be quite interesting. I think that that these will.
I'll be doing my own research on these. If you find anything interesting, do let me know.
That is part of our agreement. Yes, I shall. And here, and he slides you 50 gold over.
Much appreciated.
Right, as you are getting what I assume it is that you paid for, that you commissioned somehow. As you guys are kind of waiting, anything in particular you're doing, Ryvier?
Probably having a mild panic attack because having this sense of urgency either hasn't happened before or has only happened in a time relevant to backstory. And yeah, mercenary vet, by the way. So
Okay. As you are kind of trying to figure out why you're feeling a sense of anxiety and lateness and just this weird urge to stay here, you guys see stumbling through the front door, being pecked at by Greg, this rabbit folk looking person. And you see as you look at them, they are larger than the standard rabbit. They have this longer white beard. All their fur is white and now matted as you see that a large Greg is like pecking at them with his beak right in the tail fluff as he like jumps into the tavern. You see he's wearing these weird looking, kind of almost fey but not quite fey looking wizard robes, a single monocle in his right eye and a clock hanging around their neck. Yes, they're smarter than the average rabbit. Zalana and Talila, you recognize this rabbit folk as Julius, the white rabbit who sent you on a job before.
So anyway, there we were. We were on the beach. It was beautiful, and then all of a sudden,
Stupid bird! You see him run in.
isn't that the rabbit from before? Oh, Greg, no, Greg. And Zalana will hurry over and like push Greg's beak away. Like, no. Like, stop hitting the butt. Stop hitting the butt. I don't care how grumpy you are. Stop hitting the bunny. And she'll look
Greg
down.
eventually.
She'll like hold on to his beak and like keep it shut. Hold it still.
Greg's eyes get real like sus and split as they look at you, and he just kind of backs away, moping that you took away what he was trying to eat. And you see as you push Greg out the way, this rabbit who knows Julius adjusts their robes and kind of straightens himself, straightens their monocle, and looks at their watch that's hanging around their neck and pops it open, checks the time, looks at me, goes, "Well, I'm late, and you're late, and we need to go. Is everybody ready?" And this rabbit looks around at everybody.
Ready? Were
Yes,
we
ready.
supposed to be going somewhere?
Yes. Yes, I need to send you to help. Well, Solana probably knows because he talks to her sometimes through. I don't know. I was told his mind's in this ring, his mind's in his body, his mind's in lots of places. Through Hatter. Hatter went ahead and I don't know. Something happened. He's in trouble. He wants help. He needs help. I'm late. You're late. We need to go. I need to send you to his domain, and I have other business to take care of. So, any questions? You got like, and he looks at his watch and goes, you have exactly 42 and 1/2 seconds. So, make it quick before we leave.
Yeah, Ryvier just like stomps in and keeping an eye on this fancy character, kind of motions to Talila and Zalana. What is this?
This is Julius.
That doesn't explain anything.
He is a white rabbit. Does that explain it? She just gives you a big, stupid, toothy grin. She's only like 5'4", so she's tiny.
Yeah, almost a foot taller.
Yep. She's staring up at you, just grinning. It's Julius, the white
And
rabbit.
then he turns away and walks up to Victor.
Okay, bye!
I mean, the rabbit said we are late, and he makes a very convincing argument. I also had nothing else going on today, so this might be fun. Ravia, I think we might use a more lighthearted journey than our last encounter together.
I suppose so.
Trust me, if we're going to the damned Fae, nothing lighthearted is going to be happening. And then Noah kind of grumbles to himself and gets up.
Okay.
Come, Noah, you grumpy old man. I'm sure the wine is very good there.
So is the blood, so we might get some more.
As you guys are getting up and shifting around the table, Zalana, you hear a voice in your head, one that you haven't heard in a little while, and it sounds almost frantic. It says, the insolence, the arrogance, the execrable table manners. They're destroyers of Wonderland, defilers, denuders, derangers. Delightful? Come find me, Alice. I mean, Zalana. I need your help to find something.
Okay, where are you? Outside of in my brain. Or in the ring. In the ring with brain.
Oh, I'm at my house. Come to my domain. Follow the white rabbit.
Okay. Talila, Greg, and it sounds like you three down there. I'm sure we'll have time for introductions later. Come on, we're gonna go visit my friend that's in my brain. Bye. And she will start following Julius out. And that is the only explanation she gives.
Julius
Yeah. This'll be fun.
Julius hops, and as he's hopping, he goes, "Oh, but by the way, if you're successful and you make it back here alive, I will give you money. I hear people from here like money, so I have, I don't know, like 750 coins for each of you, something like that. That sounds good, right? Cool." He just keeps hopping out, and as
Noah, I believe the rabbit just spoke your language.
Oh, indeed he did, my good friend. Indeed he did.
as you guys start following this rabbit out the door, out to where Greg is, and Greg once again trying to nip at Julius the rabbit's tail, you see that Julius kind of stops for a second and starts setting up this circle on the ground with these chalks and with these magical dusts and herbs and whatnot. And you hear, Zalana, from coming inside, this crack of thunder and this flash of purple light. And you know this to be Abigail trying to chase you down. And you hear a voice from inside saying, "Don't leave me again! Where are you going?" And just as Abigail makes it out the door to chase after Zalana, you all get into this teleportation circle. You just kind of look at Abigail and she looks real mad.
Do I have time to get off a quick response? Like, not say anything but do anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zalana blows her a kiss. Just mwah.
You see that she goes from like this angry storm cloud to it just fades, and she starts like glowing this She's normally this like weird shade of green. She kind of goes this like brownish pinkish color, and that's her blushing color. And she just kind of stops for a second. Looks almost embarrassed, but not quite.
Yeah, she blows her a kiss, winks, and then boom, she's gone.
And as you guys step into the circle, you find you end up in a different realm, and you slowly see yourself floating through like this almost sea of a city that's just kind of held up by anti-gravitational gears. Maybe it looks like things are made of giant teapots, things are made of clocks and different mechanical settings. What you can see here is what you're getting as you're slowly floating down through this, and it's almost like you're being drawn to this front area right here. And as you continue to float towards this giant castle-y clockwork kind of setup, you find yourself here at the entrance to this main doorway. And you see sitting there in front of you, limbless, is a torso with a very, very large head just sitting on it. And they look at Talon and go, "Oh, I see you made it."
Hi! You must be Hatter. Your voice sounds familiar, though it's a little bit easier to understand now that you're no longer in my brain. Hello!
I have lost my hat and my limbs. I need you to find them.
Oh, okay. Where are they?
I don't know. They're in there somewhere, and you see that his torso turns like he was trying to point with one of his arms, but there's no arm with which to turn. So he just kind of like nods. And then he's like, "Well, there was some creatures with hooks on them that they're taking over my house and my domain. If you get me my limbs and my hat back, I can take care of the problem. But I can't take care of the problem if I have no arms, no legs, and no hat."
That is fair. Style is very important. She gives like a little spin, and she's got this really pretty, like dark, star-covered cloak on her shoulders, and she's like, "I completely understand. Style is very important."
What do the rest of you do as you see this limbless torso with this giant head, his torso and head are the size that you see right now. So with his arms and legs, he's like much bigger than this.
Yeah, I am taken aback at the fact that there is a huge limbless man in front of us who Zolana is referring to as the person in her head. Don't say anything. That's, I'm just here.
Noah's really not surprised by this. He's been to the Feywild. He's seen some weird stuff.
What would that be? Probably an insight?
Mm-hmm. Oh no, he went away. Yep. Insight.
Victor is quite taken aback. He has never been to the Fae before, so he is very much confused, but at the same time, you know, he's understands that other people have a connection here and is just waiting to hear what they say.
Those of you who want to, go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
For those of you who want to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why not, right? What's the worst that'll happen?
I mean, I think out of his sheer idea that he wants to understand.
Yeah, go for it.
Apparently the worst that'll happen is I get higher than everyone.
You don't know if you're in the Feywild. This doesn't feel like the Fey. You don't know where you are, but it does not feel like the Fey.
And this feels weird.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't feel like the Feywild.
Correct.
Alright. Kind of just jot that down in my head.
Well, Do you have any questions before I tell you, well, I don't know, where they might be? I haven't seen them in a while. I have to, like, roll myself around to get from point A to point B, and, well, that takes a long time.
Ye-
She turns around and she goes, you, and she points to Rivier. She goes, what's your name?
I'm Rivier.
Pleasure. I'm Solana. I don't have any questions for him, do you?
Uncountably. But no.
She will point to Noah. You, what's your name?
Noah just gives back a look of confusion and says, "Kid, we've literally met before.
Really? When?
Giant bees, hag lady, jungle."
That's right, but you never told me your name there.
No, I did not.
Nope. All right, Grumpy. Grumpy, do you have any questions for him? And she will point up to Hatter.
I look up at Hatter and I say, "How'd you make all this? You see, I'm quite the tinkerer myself, and I'm quite interested."
Well, this is my domain, and when I have my arms and my legs and my hat and my stick and my tea, I can literally do whatever I want. But don't board the train. If there's ever a train, run away.
Hmm.
Does that include trains of thought?
He looks at you and goes, if they become alive and pop out of your head, then yes, run away. Of course. Of course.
Oh, good. I think Rivier's gonna start walking.
Zolano will point to Victor. And you, what is your name, sir?
My name is Victor, and no questions. Seems rather straightforward. But if it is anything like this place, it probably won't be.
Okay, nice to meet you. I'm Zolana. Talila, do you have any questions for Hatter?
And not to ask questions when we end up in weird places.
That's very
So I think we'll just go with it.
Well, I mean, as long as there's not one of those weird pit hole rims again, or the worm that ate my brain. I don't want to deal with that again.
Yeah, that was horrifying.
Yeah, it wasn't fun on my end either.
I can imagine.
Yeah, that butcher's cleaver really hurt.
Ow.
It worked though, but that hurt.
You see that
Yeah.
Hatter's body rolls over, and so now he's looking at you upside down, and he says, the world is upside down, Solana. Inmates run the asylum. Well, no offense. And worst of all, I have no tea.
Life is so tragic. I have some water. You want some water?
Doesn't have tea.
No tea. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, you see him roll back over. And he just kind of nods to go that way. And then you just see this very long on like this extendable, is that even a word, extendable? Extendable spring, doesn't feel like a word. With a claw on the end of it, reach and grab him by the back of his neck and just like pull him up in here, and then he gets dragged up into his factory and just disappears behind the clock faces that you can see.
Well, I pull my revolver and I begin walking.
All right, so you guys oh, and you hear this message in your head, Solana, as he's flying away. Oh, I forgot to tell you, when you get me my limbs and my hat and my stick and my tea and find me my chair, I'll give you all a present. Thanks.
I thought we were
And,
just finding
yeah.
your hat. Oh, he's gone.
And as you guys walk into the door that he nodded towards, you move yourself, into this factory, and as you look around, you see that it looks very mechanical, very metallic. There are giant bowls of almost like molten lava that are pouring out. If you've ever seen water pouring into, filling up the little pitchers and then kind of spilling over the edge and continuing on down the fountains, it kind of looks like that. Like there are chains and there are different metal arms and things kind of working to building things, but it doesn't really look like anything in particular is being built. It just looks strange. And as you guys make your way through this factory, you find yourselves at an opening, and I will put you on to this next map. You guys find yourself here. You find yourself on this giant platform with this umbrella-shaped thing off in the background, off to the edge of this. And as you look down at this platform, it looks like a giant clock face. And as you look up further off into the distance, you see how big his factory actually is compared to what it looked like before. This looks like a giant tea kettle, but it sounds very factory-like. You can hear steam whistles off in the distance. You can hear the sound of hammering and metal moving. And it says, assemblage or destruction is required on this thing over here. So you are led to believe that this portion of his factory both builds and destroys things, depending on what is there.
Huh. This is weird.
Go ahead and everybody make me perception checks.
I love perception checks.
Yeah, this will go well.
Leela, as everyone else is kind of looking at this giant teapot-looking thing off in the distance, Greg kind of notices something and grabs your attention. And as you look over, you see that there are dark shapes on the ground that are just kind of moving. It almost looks like the hand of the clock. It's moving like you would expect with a clock, but then it kind of shrivels and starts to rise out of the ground. I mean, as you kind of watch this for a second, you see that two giant black arms form and reach up and kind of drag itself out of the ground. And then you see behind that two humanoid doll-like arms reach up behind that. And as you see this creature pulling itself up out of the ground, you see it has three different humanoid doll-like faces, and you see this creature just rip itself out of the ground and stand up, and it's snarling with three different expressions on its faces. One of anger and hatred, one of confusion, and one of just lost. And it looks at all of you. What do you do? You notice it first, Leela.
Oh, that's not terrifying at all. Hello, are you friendly?
You see that
Or like smile at it like, hey, yeah?
in three of its four arms, you see balls of fire start to appear.
Okay, it has fireballs. Hello. I'll just sort of gesture to everybody else. Hey, anyone else see this creepy doll thing?
As you all turn to look, you see this giant doll-looking creature about twice the size of Greg, made of this black, shadowy, gooey substance, these doll-like faces and arms, and these almost like smokestacks coming out of its back, wielding three different fireballs in his hand, just kind of staring at you, and this black drool is coming out of all of its mouths.
How far away is it?
The map is accurate to where, so
Okay.
you're 55 feet from it.
Back.
Wow. Okay. Uh-huh. Hello.
It just snarls, and you see the fireballs in its hand growing larger. And then it starts to lumber itself this way, very slowly, with its two legs holding up its very large and rotund upper torso.
Cool. I'm gonna use create water, racial ability, and douse the fireballs. That's just what I'm doing.
Okay, you create water and it starts to rain, and you see for a second the 3 fireballs in each of his hand kind of dwindle out and disappear as they're rained on. And as the rain continues for a short time until it stops, a few seconds later, you see that it shakes 3 of its hands, then kind of shakes the water off. But the water itself seemed to just kind of brush off of the actual blackness of the creature, almost like oil on like water on oil, and it just kind of came off of him. And the water in his hands seemed to getting flicked off as well. And you see that the faces all showing different expressions, all now change to anger, and all of their eyes just one by one just all just start flaring red, and fire starts burning in each of the eye holes.
Oh,
And
come on. You can't accept me to deal with fire hugs.
Oh,
You're gonna get angry at me?
man, I was really hoping to get a hold in action, but
Oh no.
Oh no, Zalana.
You know what? If this is where my 1 comes in, that's okay. I'll take it
That's
here.
fair.
22. I'll take a 22 initiative.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
right, Noah, it is your turn.
Okay, double shots with the revolver.
Okay.
Here's your held action.
Yeah, I didn't even need to hold in action. No, not one. No, not one.
Yeah, they both hit. Wow, 24. Those are both good shots. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just take 2 shots. That's my turn.
Okay. Anything? That's your whole turn, huh? Nothing else?
Yeah, I'm not gonna waste an action surge. I'm not gonna use any bonus action for anything.
Okay. Talila.
I'm going to use my longbow of sensory deprivation. Hopefully, deprive it of senses. So I'll use the bonus action to try to activate that.
Okay. And then an 18 to hit. An 18 does hit.
Perfect. Okay. So then that is... Sorry, just let me see what it does. So it makes it a con save. And I'm guessing, is that against my spell save DC?
Yeah.
So 13. Okay. So it is not affected by that, I think, right?
Yes, I think you have so many uses per day, and you can keep trying, but this one particular use fails. It's just like casting the blindness deafness spell.
Okay, and then I'll just do a regular attack because I get 2 attacks per action.
Correct.
So
Correct.
this one's just a regular old one. Oh, hey.
That
18.
also hits.
Yay!
All right.
And that will be my turn.
All right. Victor.
You don't get to use them. If you forget about them, you don't get to use them. Okay. So
No shit, Sherlock.
DM, I forgot to say, but before everything happened, I had summoned my echo to be up in the front line there.
I assume your echo's always up with you when you're out and
Okay.
about.
Well, I mean, I normally don't have it out because it is a bonus action to summon, so I just want to say that he was summoned prior to combat starting. So
Okay.
I'm moving up 10 feet there, and then you see my echo move up here, so I'm still within the 30 feet, and I'm going to make some attacks against it. So attack number 1.
Yeah.
For 8 slashing. Attack number 2.
Uh-huh.
For 8 more slashing. Then bonus action attack with my secondary weapon.
Yeah.
For 6 more. And its movement is now, I believe, reduced by 10 feet.
Yeah.
Yes, 10 feet.
Okay. All right.
And that will be my action.
Okay. So you see this giant creature summoned. Yeah, as far as like walking distance on this place, the whole clock face that you can see is walkable, and that is all considered flat. And if you were to go like up here, this would be flying distance, just so you guys know.
Okay.
But yeah, so you see in 3 of the arms, a ball of fire appears in each one of them, and it looks down at your echo, and it brings back one of its feet and stomps down and tries to explode the ground around it with a 9, which will miss. But then it's going to take 3 firebolt attacks at the 3 things that have hit it so far. So Noah, Talila, and Victor, you're all gonna get a firebolt thrown at you, not firebolt.
Is it attacking my echo again? Because that's where all the
No.
attacks are coming from? No? Okay.
So it's attacking. So it attacked. Well. Right in the middle. Give me another one. It's gonna attack your echo for yours.
Okay.
So it'll attack. I'll do yours first, since you're right there. It's gonna do 2 of the first firebolt at your echo at disadvantage because it's right there. That should not be
That?
18.
Nope.
That should be an 11.
That
Misses.
misses.
So then it's going to throw 1 at Talila and 1 at Noah. So here's the one for Talila. Bam. 26 for 7 fire damage. And then this one's for Noah. 18 to hit.
Yeah.
For 4 fire damage. And it stomps down and tries to throw 3 firebolts, a couple of them connecting, one of them just passing through, and its stomp attack missing as well. Ravier.
Okay. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Just find myself right there. And take a couple swings. Yeah, okay. One-handed because I have my shield.
Okay. That will miss.
Nah.
And that will hit.
Okay, good. Yeah, just the 7. Basic turn for me.
Alright. Lilana.
Seeing it use fire, I'm gonna need it to make me a con save. That's crap.
It's a sturdy, thick boy.
It is.
Anything else you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, and hide behind Grumpy.
Valid. Grumpy, you have this tiefling woman run behind you, and this big, thick, oily-looking monster with multiple faces and arms, not too far away.
It's be damned. My gunslinger side says leave her die. My cleric side says stay here and be the goddamn shield. Can I roll a d20? Above 20, I'll stay and be the shield. Below 15, I mean, above 15,
yeah,
I'll stay and be the shield. Below 15, I'm doing my own thing.
Do it.
I'm doing my own thing. I don't like... This thing has fire. It can hit multiple people. I don't like being clumped up with anyone, ever. 5, 10, 15. I kind of just look back and say, sorry, kid. I take 2 shots with my pistol. Remembering I have grit points.
Okay. That's gonna hit. The 12 will
not
miss.
Gonna
the 20,
use a
the
grit
20
point,
will
though.
hit.
Will not be expending my grit point.
Oh, okay. So just the 20.
Just the 20. Let me remove my pistol ammo real quick if I can find it, and that's my turn.
Okay. Talila.
Hunter's mark.
The hunteriest mark of them all. Oh, I can't see orange. It's not bright enough on that background.
Oh no.
Green. The green I can see.
You did.
The 13 will miss, but the 20 will hit.
Okay, awesome.
So 10 damage. Anything you
Bonus
want?
action and action. I would like to. I'm gonna kind of pull Greg behind me if I can, because fire and feathers probably don't mix. Can I do that if I just use my movement to pull him behind me?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And that's my turn.
Okay. Victor.
Alrighty. So 5, 10, 15, 20. And you see my echo become solid and my other figure become corporeal, moving my echo 10 feet so I'm within range. And now I'm going to make some slashes. Act 1.
Jesus.
For 15.
Yeah.
Attack 2. Does an 18 hit?
So, you know that you can't move 20 feet and then teleport, right? You can't move 20. You have to give up 15 of your feet. So you did that first, right? You teleported first and then...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I moved my... No, I can move my echo up to 30 feet as
But
a
it
free
costs
action.
you... Teleporting with your echo costs you 15 feet of movement. So...
Yes, but my echo's movement is different than my movement.
Is it? Okay.
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah. Yeah, on my turn, you can mentally command your echo to move 30 feet in any direction, no action required.
Gotcha.
If your echo ends more than 30 feet from you at the end of your turn, it's destroyed.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the 20 does hit, for sure.
Okay.
So 9 plus 6 is 15.
Yep.
And then the 18 will also hit.
For 9 more slashing damage.
So 24.
And then attack number 3.
Oh yeah.
For
Jesus.
10 more.
Jesus.
I do one thing good, okay?
Alright. So this giant, oily, sloshy boy is going to turn to you, and he is going to try and stomp on you with his first attack. So does a... Oh, it's not going to show up. A 13. It's going to miss. Alright, so you see that as he stomps down, this creature turned at the waist, and it's almost like there's no spine there. The whole body just kind of forms together. And you see that it takes 4 of its arms, ignites all of them in flame, and then begins to put all of these flames together. And he looks over here to this group, and he throws a fireball for right there. I need all of you to make a dex save of DC 15, please.
And that's literally the whole purpose that I split off, but I wasn't far enough. Who's this?
Well,
old
you
man?
passed.
Your marker?
That's just a guy I grabbed for a token. That's Father Matthew, if you cared to know.
Oh.
Father Matthew, no! You were such a good, honorable person.
I'm gonna say because you rolled a natural 20 that that Greg automatically is saved from it.
Thank
He
God.
doesn't. He doesn't
I
die.
I was gonna say
Greg
he is
does- Greg
dead.
doesn't die. So those of you over 15 will only take half of this. So 26. For those who were less than a 15, you take 26. Those who passed take 13. And since you're on natural 20, Greg auto passes, so Greg only takes 13. So Greg won't die. So Greg is alive.
Greg is barely.
He's still alive, but he's barely clucking. Okay. And that is its turn. Right here. Nice. Uh, 15 misses, unfortunately. 23 does not miss. 23 hits. Very good. Anything else you would like to do on your turn? I think you know you're muted, but
I don't think he's muted.
Oh,
His
that's fair.
is muted.
Oh, that's fair. Cool. All right.
Okay.
Anything else you would like to do?
Nah. The 6, the 3 on the die is just above reroll for great weapon fighting, so that's nice.
You just hate that. Like right there. And like, damn.
Why couldn't you have been a 2?
Right.
This is why I'm getting rid of great weapon fighting at 8th level.
It's fair.
All right, Delana.
How bad does this boy look?
He's looking pretty hurt. Like he's not on death's door, but he's doing very poorly.
Okay. Solana's gonna pull out her wand and draw an incantation and make a circular orb that glows a vibrant blue color, and I'm gonna cast Chromatic Orb at 2nd level.
Okay.
Here. Oh, that's right. I have to change the setting on here. Yeah, total of 20.
Yeah, that hits.
For 24 points of cold damage.
Let me see what this takes it up to. As you unleash this giant chromatic ball of cold damage, you hit it kind of in this weird spot between these two faces here, and you see that it almost starts to freeze. The whole body starts to freeze over. The black oil starts to harden, and then it freezes completely, and then it stops. And then it falls backwards onto the ground and just kind of hits the ground hard enough to crack it, but not shatter it. And this thing has passed. It is dead.
That was embarrassing.
Huzzah! You hear from the back.
Can I investigate it to like try to determine its origin in terms of like if I were to have some spells that might provide protection against these, what it might be?
Go ahead.
Sorry, was that a guess? You were really soft.
Yeah, you can do that. Go ahead.
Okay. Nope.
You do not know. It looks
I
like a
don't
giant
know.
weird monster of oil and doll parts. Some selfish healing you. Runs over to the side and just heals himself. That's pretty fun.
Hey, that means I have to give out less.
There you go.
Imagine you like reaching in your like subtly opening up your jacket and then like touching yourself in the chest, make sure that no one sees you doing it.
I don't give a damn. I do it wide out in the open.
He's like slapping his own cheeks. He's like, "Come on, man, you got this."
Cheeks you
Heal,
slapping.
heal.
Wait, what cheeks are we slapping here?
His butt.
Good game. Good games. Oh, I wanna make a healer that heals by that way.
Butt slaps the entire time.
Yeah. Get your butt back in there, slap.
How Grave Cleric works, it's just like, good game, buddy. Get back in the game.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
I
All
high
right.
five Solana, and then I would like to heal Greg.
Okay, go for it.
So I'm gonna do that. I want him to be a little less dead.
Yeah.
Victor would walk up. So it seems like you two ladies have been here before. Is this what we might expect throughout the rest of our time here?
Technically, we haven't been here, have we?
No, we weren't here, but we were in a place like here, but it was a lot more colorful. There was also like these, and she measures out something that's probably about like a foot to a foot and a half long. She's like, there's these slimy things about this long and about like yay wide, and she measures about 6 inches. And they would just crawl along the ground, but if they got inside of you, that's when she kind of looks at Talila and looks a little sad. She's like, that's when you have to kill somebody.
Yeah, that wasn't fun.
Oh. Well, I shall remember to look out for slugs that cause you to kill people.
Yeah.
Stay away from the escargot around here, just in case.
Talila, do you need a potion?
Potions.
I have
In
potions
fact,
too.
I will drink one.
Go ahead.
There we are.
Zelana, you're looking a little worse for wear.
Not as bad as others. Fire and ice aren't too bad on me, but I'll be fine.
Still, you should have one of these. And he hands you a healing potion.
Aw, thank you. and I will instantly drink it.
From Ravier?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. DM man, if you got my question.
I did. I answered you.
Did you? I didn't hear you.
I wrote you a message right back.
Did you message the wrong person?
Maybe I sent it to Noah, whoever that is. But no, your answer is yes. You can crack through it and try and harvest some of the weird oil to give me a
I
survival.
would love
check.
to try. That's a 4.
You go to crack through, and as you try and break it, you see that it has frozen pretty well through it. Not completely solid, but not enough where in the areas where you are attempting, you can't get any of its secretions.
Yeah, that's fair.
What are you doing?
None of your business.
As you
Fine, but I'm
guys-
gonna judge you for it.
I don't care.
As you guys look around, you see that the umbrella, which was further off towards the 12 o'clock portion of this clock, kind of floats towards all of you. It's a very, very large umbrella. It's about to scale. And there's a little cage hanging off the bottom, and the door just kind of opens. It looks like there is space inside of it for you all to clamber inside if you so choose.
Zalana
Seems
looks
to
at
be our
Greg.
transportation.
Zalana looks at Greg. Racia! And takes off towards the transportation.
Greg squawks and immediately starts flapping his little tiny wings as he flies or runs because he can't fly. But he thinks he's flying. Talila just shakes her head and then follows along.
Zalana just shouts over her
Victor.
shoulder, I'm sorry, I'm a bad influence! It just keeps running.
Victor, just make sure we stay alive, if nothing else.
Do not worry. We shall all make it out of this.
How big is the cage?
It's big enough for 6 people plus Greg.
Alright. I'm gonna activate the wings for 4 hours of flight, and I'm gonna land on top of the umbrella.
Okay.
You
As
got
my
some
mode of
wing boots?
transportation.
Now he has bee wings on his armor. Turns into like a flying bee.
Yep.
Adorable.
As you all clamber into the cage and you fly on top of it, you see the cage door closes. And this umbrella lifts up, and like a carnival ride, it flips upside down, and then it flips right side up again. So now you're kind of thrown for a second, and then you can land back on it again.
Yeah, that's fine.
And it starts to rise up into the sky, and then it starts to float further and further towards the assembly or destruction as required plant in the back, and it flies you up and into the smoke emanating port of this giant tea kettle. And as you guys make your way down into this portion of the factory, again you see there are giant bowls of the molten lava and magma hanging from the sky, kind of pouring out into the grounds all around you, and you find yourself here. As you slide down through the nozzle of the teapot, you find yourself on this side of this whole area. With it's not on the map, but on the other side, past this thing right here, there is another door. That's on the other side over here. And as you're in here looking around, you see that while the ceiling is 30 feet up high, there is so much moving metal parts and so much lava and hot molten metal kind of being poured that it's almost like it is coming across here and here. It's just like making a crisscross of different lava from the sky as it's being poured down into the moat beneath you.
I'm going to stick to the middle of us, so anyone within 10 feet adds +3 to all of your saves while we're in this formation. Yay, Paladin.
You should all be able to see that, I think.
Yeah.
Cool. This is where you find yourself, swelteringly hot in this room full of moving lava and melted metal.
Well, it looks like there are some, I don't know, chipped pieces of X bridge.
It looks like the in-between portions have been melted away as you would imagine that this being what looks to be a fully automated factory, sometimes the parts catch and they break and they fix themselves. But you could imagine that there have been times where it's gotten caught and some of the molten metal has fallen down onto these pieces of bridge that seem to be missing and had just melted it away.
I don't feel particularly safe in here. I also don't particularly care to be assembled or destroyed.
So where are we trying to get to?
Probably the door.
The door? Okay. Is there a ceiling to this place?
Yeah, it's 30 foot up to the bottom of all of the metal that is swinging and moving, and above that it's probably another 15 feet. But you'd be very hard pressed to get up into it. So it's 40. The top of this facility is effectively 45 feet above you.
Are they conveyor belts moving stuff?
They're like
Or are they
if you
giant
were-
claws like Monster Inc. doors?
both. And they have these. So it's like conveyor belts that are moving, like they're moving chains and gears that are moving these giant metal buckets full of molten, melted metal and lava and whatnot back and forth throughout here. Like they're moving it from a point to a different point. So yes, everything above you is constantly moving.
Are there? Does it look like? For me with flight, does it look like if I try flying up, it's like to the tippy top to like land on a conveyor belt, it's gonna be hard to get up there, like I'm gonna get hit?
You could get up to the 30-foot mark without really much problem because you'd be underneath everything, but flying that extra 15 feet up to the top of that would be very challenging, yes.
Okay. Second question, can I try and pinpoint a route to the other side that would be the safest for me to fly through?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception or investigation, whichever you would prefer.
Perception is better. Come on. 13.
You feel like you could probably, as long as you timed it correctly, since you'd be flying, you could fly across. There's no particular, as long as you're timing your flight correctly and weaving in between the lava waterfalls effectively that are being poured down, you could make it through. You just have to time it correctly.
Okay.
There doesn't seem to be one route for flying that is safer than any other.
It's like I gotta mentally time this instead of like go at a certain pathway.
Yep.
Okay. Well, this is interesting.
So it appears that I'm sorry, I was handling a small child for a hot minute. I'm hoping he'll stay asleep. But the object is we need to get down here to the bottom left. Is that correct, Alex? Like we're trying to cross.
There's a door right past here. Basically,
a door
once you get
past
to this
there?
edge, so basically it's the same type of gap that's right here. That's right on the
Mhm.
other side of this thing. The map just doesn't extend far enough. And there is another door over there.
Okay, and this map is to scale. You said correct?
Yeah. So from this spot here to down is a 10-foot drop, and this going up is a 10-foot from here to here. So I'll just do it like this. So this to here is correct in distance, but it drops down 10 feet. This here to here is correct in distance, but goes up 10 feet, and this is the same. This goes down 10 feet, and then this here will go up 10 feet. So.
Okay. So you see Victor walk over here to the edge, summon his echo, and I'm just going to explain basically what happens so that way I don't have to keep doing it. goes over here, summons his echo, and teleports himself over here into the middle of this space here. And he sits down, and I ritually cast Tensor's floating discs. One here, and one here.
Have you read Tensor's floating disk?
Yes.
Because you can't do that.
Why not?
Because you cannot put Tensor's floating disk over an open gap to make a bridge, because it will sink to the bottom.
That's just rude.
Trust me, I have tried that before. That exact same thing. I didn't know
Gosh.
you had that spell, but I have tried that before.
I do have that spell. It is a ritual, and so I only really took ritual spells. Well, gosh darn it. You are just rude as all get out.
I have a
Sorry, I'm a wizard and have spells. So
I have a question about horses.
horses?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, I'm not quite an equine educationalist, but I can do my best.
Zalana's a horse girl.
Would horses be able to make that jump?
You can certainly try to jump it with a horse. Victor, while you're sitting there ritually casting, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
You take this much fire damage as lava just edges past your shoulder. Yeah, you can certainly try to get across on a horse.
Hey DM, can you link my sheets?
I did.
Oh.
It's updated. It says 77 of 81. Unless you don't have 81.
No, I do, but
Oh,
it
it's just, hold on, it jacked it up. You're broken.
sorry.
Now it should be right. Now you can change it. That should work.
Nope.
I don't know. I'll just bring a
That's
new one
fine.
out for you.
No, that's okay. I'll do it manually. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know why when you copy the token from page to page, it doesn't always take the HP stuff with you. So if everybody's HP is not what it is, just make sure it's accurate. I trust it is, but who knows?
Oh
Anyway.
shoot, that didn't change over either.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and time it.
Okay. So your draw for me on the map the way that you're gonna try and fly through. Just so I have an idea of where you're going.
Sure.
You can just use the actual measuring thing. You don't have to draw a full line.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm probably going from this edge,
Uh-huh.
and I'm just gonna kind of stay close to the pathways and like skirt around to the other end.
Okay. What's your flying speed?
It gives me a flying speed of 30.
Okay, so it's the same as your walking speed.
Yeah.
Cool. So
And we
basically,
can assume that I am dashing.
okay, cool. So since you're dashing and you're moving quickly, we'll just have you do 2 because you're dashing and you're flying. So firstly, make me a dexterity saving throw as you fly to
Alright.
get from here to basically
20.
over here. Okay, so you make it to basically the edge of like right here. And then make me a second dexterity saving throw.
Okay, this is the one that failed. 15.
You make it, but you don't quite make it all the way. You see as you're starting to get right toward the door is a big, about 6 foot wide pool of heated molten metal is poured down right in front of you, right before the edge of the landing. So you end up stopping right here. You don't quite get there, but you don't take any damage. You manage to catch yourself before flying face first into a waterfall of molten metal.
Okay, so to clarify, I'm at the final platform with the door, but I'm not at the door.
You are basically where Victor is here, and so you need to get up to like where Ravier would spin on the other side. So you're like 1 step away. So
Oh,
basically,
okay.
if you wait like 30 seconds, it stops pouring, and you can get up there because you passed both saves pretty well.
Okay, that is what I would like to do.
I'm just gonna leave you there because, like I said, the map doesn't extend
Fair,
that far.
fair,
but,
fair.
but yeah, you make
So
it
I'm
over
at the
there. Yeah, you're at the door. So okay. So Noah's over at the door, just kind of hanging out now, waiting. What y'all do?
I'm going to. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Victor would teleport back and well, unfortunately that plan did not work. Do you ladies have a good way of getting across?
If not, you're gonna have to stick by me. Well, you don't have to, but might do you some good.
If you don't have a plan, I have a backup plan, but I don't really like it.
Delana holds up 2 fingers. She's like, I have 2 plans. One of them is a quick plan. One of them could end up will take about 11 minutes.
11 minutes is not long to wait if it is a safe plan.
Safe-ish.
What
You're
is your
gonna have to
11-minute plan?
I can summon a steed. And it's gonna have a better chance of getting across there than I will. So I could ride it over and then send it back to pick up whoever else.
Could your
And then
steed
what was your other
fly?
plan?
No. I saw a flying one. Can you make it fly? Can you make Greg fly?
I cannot make anything fly, no.
I have
But
a
I
potion
could
that
hop
can do
across and we could use
You
ropes.
do?
that. So, I have a potion that I could give to Greg, and Greg could possibly fly us across, one by one.
You can do that if you want.
Oh my god,
It
I
lasts
didn't
for
even
an
make
hour.
Greg,
so there
Greg's
should
about
be
to be turned into some fried chicken.
He's
Alright,
large
do you
and
wanna-
can be ridden, so
He can, so he can carry you one by one across. Here, he can try and carry you one by one. We'll do what I did with Noah and Greg. You'll have to use Greg's stats, because Greg's flying. You'll have to make dexterity saving throws on the way there and on the way back.
he has a +1.
Okay.
So it's not bad. He's
Here,
he's
I would
squishy
walk
and
over
feathery.
and hand is it Talia?
Talila.
Talila? Here, this might be useful for Greg, and I hand a potion of fire resistance.
Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, Talila's gonna hold his beak open as we attempt to pour these potions into him.
I'm gonna roll a D100 to see if he bites you. We're gonna say if it's over 85, he bites you real hard. If it's less than 80, it doesn't do damage, but you know what it's like to be bitten by Greg. It's common.
That's fair.
If it's less than 85, he will choke it down, but make his Greg angry box the whole time. Make it sound like he's choking. Yep, he sounds like he's choking, and you're drowning him with potions. The whole time it takes you to feed him 2 potions.
Perfect. So we give him the potion of flying and the
Yes, for
potion
12
of-
seconds we waterboard a chicken.
I'm so sorry, Greg. It's like when you try to force your dog to take a pill, he's just not having it, but we make it work.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what this is.
It's for the better, please. It'll help you.
Please just use it.
Perfect. Who would like to go first?
You need to roll to see if the fly takes.
Oh, right.
There's caveats to that one.
Oh
Does
my god,
it?
you're using your potion now.
Yes.
Oh, I'm the last one to have one?
You're the last one to have the fly potion.
And I'm never gonna use it?
I haven't used mine yet either.
No, which one
What
did
do I
you
have to
use?
roll?
Oh yeah, you
Uh,
used... Yeah.
I used a potion.
It's
I
a
don't remember what it
D1
is.
it's a D100.
This is all it says.
Is that mine that I gave you?
If so, it would have a bunch of stuff
I
in the
don't know.
notes.
Yeah.
Does
Hold
it?
on.
No, I used mine.
Oh.
If it was, yeah, it would be. It
Mine doesn't have
would.
notes.
Oh, here's what it would be. Yeah, I actually got them both here. So, if it's the one that you got from Delric, it will be with this stuff
Probably
right
is.
there.
Yeah, Calbus used his in the nightmare.
That's right. No, I used it in the most recent.
Potion
Yeah,
of
that
fly.
nightmare. You're right. There you go. But yeah, if you got it from
Oh, I love it.
Delric, I think you probably had to, because I don't think we sell a potion of flying in the store.
Correct.
So yeah, you had to have gotten it from Delric. So yeah, you get to roll a D100, and
Okay.
Greg gets to jump 10 feet in the air and see what happens. You get to tell me first of all, is Greg gonna jump off this cliff with somebody on his back to see if this works? Because you don't know if it's working until
I don't know.
he's 10
I don't
feet
know
in
that
the
it would
air.
work. So no, probably not. I would, or like, I wouldn't know if it would work or not, and I would not think to test it. So I
Okay.
think I would just have him go ahead.
All right. So who's going first with Greg?
And then do I have to roll for the smells?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Oh.
smells like wet dog. Just
Or
think
Greg
wet dog
with
smell.
that
Poor Greg.
hypersensitive nose.
He's been through a lot. Oh man, poor Greg.
But now he can fly.
He can.
Yes. Okay. So he can
So
fly.
who's going first with Greg?
Victor's planning on doing the whole little teleportation trick to get across, so
Okay.
he's just more sitting here to watch for
Okay.
the time being.
All right. So
I mean-
whoever's going to be going with him first, we need to get your checks going.
I mean, I don't think that should I be able to make a jump, it would be an issue. But I'm not sure if I'll be able to jump up 10 feet or whatever. So,
I could always throw you a rope if that would help.
what do you think would help us succeed
your-
more?
It is your call. It is just a rope. And I would blink over here and then offer to throw a rope over to him to help him.
For the down, I think it would be easy enough. Well, I say that. Ryvier would think that. That would be easy enough to jump down to the platforms. It's the getting back up that's the problem. Anyway, you guys are having fun with Greg.
You can also ride on Greg.
Yeah, but Ryvier, like, he's got mad hops, you know?
Yeah, gotta use those hops. I get it.
Yeah, Mackenzie also gets it. And you said it was how far? 15 across and 10 down? So
Yep.
that 10 down should make it easier, technically.
Yeah. Going across, basically, if you were to run and jump, you would make it going that way as you're going down much easier than trying to go up.
Yeah, okay, I would do that. I would.
You don't even have to make a check for the first one. You can jump and make it. Since you're
Okay.
floating down and you're jumping, you'll have to make a check to go up. But, you know.
Don't make me choose between athletics and acrobatics. Because I know which one I have
Would
to
you like
choose.
that rope now?
Yeah, I toss it down. I mean, not the whole thing, but you get it.
Toss the rope into the lava.
Right.
Victor just yeets a 50-foot cord of rope down into the lava. Okay, now what?
If you
Just the
have the
entire
rope,
spill is next to
if
me.
you have the rope, I'll say that you can do an athletics check with advantage, or you and Victor can both roll athletics checks and do it that way to see if you can.
Nah, I'll chance it with my own athletics.
Okay, so you get
Grab
advantage
onto the
because you have a rope.
Yeah. I'm still curious about who's using Greg first.
Looks like Zalana. Okay, so with a
Zalana's
9,
going ahead.
as he goes to pull you up, make a dexterity saving throw to see if any part of you hits the lava below.
Sure. I got a great deck save. See?
As you are going to jump up, you don't quite get the oomph from your jump up as you expect, but Victor quickly wraps the rope around his arms, and you come basically catamaraning into the side of the cliff right there, and you slide down a little bit to right where you're a couple inches above the lava, and you see a bubble start to fill up with air beneath it, but you clamber up the side with the help of Victor as you see this lava bubble just go and just plop, and lava just explodes beneath your feet. You do not take any damage because you rolled well on that. All right. And then the same thing, you got jumping down to where that platform will be super easy, and you'll just make the same check again, going up to the top. Since I assume you're doing it the same way as what you just did with Victor and the rope.
Yes.
Okay, so roll me another athletics at advantage because you have the rope. Okay, yeah, you get up there. You know this motion now. You know how to get to where you need to be. You, without a problem, as you run to jump off, Victor kind of like hop, skip, and jumps backwards and just like yeets the rope, and you just kind of go scooting right up the edge with no problem at all. You come nowhere close to the lava this time, which is nice. So, over to Greg and Co.
Ready, Zalana?
Ready. And I
Alright,
don't
So
know.
he has a 60 feet fly speed, right?
Flying potion is 60 feet. Yep.
Okay.
Can you move
So,
me in front
yeah.
of? Yeah.
Aha!
There we go.
Perfect.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm on Greg.
I like to imagine as he steps off the edge for the first time, he just sort of like his legs keep moving as he like hovers along.
Oh no!
He's like just
Ooh.
walking over the edge, just walking.
Yeah, it's very Roadrunner. Like he just like keeps going.
All right. So because you have 60 feet, and to get there is basically 140, we'll do 2 dex saving throws, and see how well Greg flies, and to avoid these lava throws. So I'll let you roll them, Leela. Dex saves for Greg.
Can he roll with advantage because I would like try to guide him like pulling on his neck for directions.
Sure. Go ahead and roll that second one again.
Please.
Let me just. Too many character sheets. Oh no.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Never mind.
You can roll it a 4th time
One more?
since they're both at advantage. Yeah. So the 17 makes it without much problem. And the 12, unfortunately, as you are flying this way, you think you get out of the way, but just as you're getting across and landing on the flat surface across where the other 3 are, some melted metal catches Greg right on his butt, and Greg's gonna take 9 points of fire damage, reduced by half because he's resistant to fire right now, so he takes 5. So Greg only takes 5
Alright.
fire damage.
He's still got half his HP. We're good.
Alright, so now Greg has to fly back to you.
I'm
shoot.
gonna reach over and I'm gonna pat Greg and be like, you're the best bird ever. I'm so proud of you. And I'm gonna cast a healing word at 2nd level on Greg.
Beautiful.
So Greg gets 11 butts back as you're patting the fire out on his butt.
Yeah, good Greg. Slap.
So he can't be
Wait, he's
overhealed.
back
So he's at 19, yeah. So
Sorry,
go
I
ahead and make... No, you're good. So go ahead and just make 2 straight dexterity saving throws with Greg, as he no longer has advantage.
Okay.
As he is flying his way back. Or trying to.
Follow
So
the
he... Yeah, so unfortunately, they both are just shy of where it needs to be, so Greg's gonna take 2d10 damage. So
Okay,
8
it's fine.
reduced to 4.
Oh, okay. That's
But
not
he makes
bad,
it back. He makes it back to you. His butt's still charred, smoking.
And pat him off again.
He is
Just
looking
pop
more
off.
and more upset with the fact that he's having to go back and forth
Sorry.
through the fire.
That fire resistance has helped a lot. Thank you so much.
So
I
now you
am
get to
so
fly
sad.
back again with advantage. Roll me an animal handling check first to see if
Oh,
Greg
yeah.
wants to do this again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna do it.
You managed to convince Greg, who begrudgingly, with a fiery butt,
I am
multiple
his
times over,
mother. He will listen.
to fly back. You will listen. Okay, so you can roll 2 dex saves at advantage as you are trying to.
Oh,
So you failed the first
Oh
one.
god.
The second one
Okay,
you don't.
second.
So as you guys are like here, because it's gonna hit both of you, you'll take full and he'll take half.
Okay.
So you'll take 8 and he'll take 4.
Okay.
He is still. He moved out the way as it's landing on you, so it didn't hit him in the face, but he got another smoking butt.
he
like,
used
nope.
your body to block the falling fire
It
damage.
basically ran down your back and got him in the butt.
I'm okay with that.
So,
He's used to hiding behind me.
all right, so you guys make it over here, and Noah, since you asked when you first got over there, you can go ahead and make a perception check and see if you hear anything on the other side.
Alrighty. That's a 12.
You can't hear a whole bunch over the sound of the metal and the hot molten lava being poured in this room. It's hard to hear through the door. But you are at a giant door on the other side of this lava
Is
ravine.
there a handle?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the handle, one hand, revolver in the other, and just say, well, let's get ready. And I open the door.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy!
+3.
22 plus 3.
You grab that handle, and you have thick, leathery skin on your hands because of the amount of burns you've gotten from the times that you've broken your guns and the backfire from the black powder that explodes in your hand very often. So this doesn't burn you as it would another person. So you look down, you're like, whatever, I've had worse. But yeah, you look down at your hands, and you have a couple new blisters, but it's not the end.
Yeah, nothing new.
And you just push through, huh?
Yep. I'm opening the door.
Are you all following Noah through the door?
Yep.
Can I make Greg chug another potion before I do that?
All of our potions
Yes.
are gonna be on Greg.
Yes, yes, you can.
Sorry, I'm gonna owe everybody potions after this.
Hey, best decision ever.
Worth
Hey,
it.
listen, I'm greedy. You're not gonna owe me anything. Don't worry about it.
Are you gonna give old Greg the potion in a shoe?
I call this one potion Bailey's. Call this one potion Bailey's a bit
Maybe
closer.
a bit bigger.
So as you guys make your way into, you swing this door open, and the heat immediately kind of washes past you from behind. In this room, this hallway is darker and cooler, and as you're making your way through, you're hearing the sounds of like chains kind of just hanging and swinging. You hear gears, like the constant turning of gears in a clock. And as you're walking, this hallway gets somewhat dark for a little while. And as you follow it, you see a brighter light, excuse me, at the end of it. And as you make your way towards the end, you find yourself at another elevator. And as you get on this elevator, it rises up. And it goes up and up and up for what feels like 15-20 minutes. And eventually you get to the top. And as you disembark from this elevator, you see that you are in this glass domed, almost banquet style room. And as you enter into this room, you see there is a giant table in front of you, easily 75-80 feet long. And at either ends of the table, you see giant versions of what looks to be a completed version of the Hatter, and on the side closest to you, a female with a giant mechanized teapot with robotic legs, pouring tea into a cup that she's holding up. And as you get closer, you also see beneath the table there are what looks to be limbs, arms and legs with hooks on them, and two other small hooked creatures. And this is what you see as you enter into this giant banquet room. These two creatures at either ends of the table seem to be mechanical in some way, whereas these things down here seem to be alive. And they kind of turn and look at you.
Nice. I like the name.
It's called an unspeakable horror.
I don't think those are the legs and arms we're looking for. He wanted real legs and arms, not robotics. So I think this isn't where we want to be.
Well, these look like they could be real legs and arms, with another creature having taken control of them.
Rude.
Ooh,
And you
that's
see that these two
horrific.
statues, the one of the female has a knife pointed towards the giant version of the Hatter, who seems to have a finger gun, both underneath the table pointing at each other while they're staring at each other, apparently enjoying some tea.
How high is the room? How high
The
is the
room,
ceiling?
it's probably 50 feet.
Alright. I'd like to take flight at least like 20 feet up, which would put me here. I don't know if you want to put a marker.
Yeah.
And I kind of, as I fly up, I holster my pistol and pull out my rifle.
Okay. You hear in response to your mind, if they have hooks and lots of eyes, then that's probably mine. They turn things strange when they take things that don't belong to them. There have been lots of hooks and weird things happening. But yes, those are probably it.
Okay, if we hurt the thing that has them, are we gonna hurt your parts?
I can fix them.
Oh, okay. Zalana will pull out her wand and slowly start to draw a sigil in the air, and she's like, "That's them. That's what we're here for. Well, part of it."
Great. Ryveer is, yeah. I'm gonna pull out a ghastly rubber ducky. Well, not ghastly, but just out of nowhere. And just kind of tell me when you're ready.
She's like slowly drawing. She's like, "La la la." Basically, she's buying time for everybody to prepare an action before she lets this go.
Okay.
The second action kicks off, I would like to possibly hold an action to fire a shot.
So I'll say that your action is to fly up while everyone else is prepping what they're doing.
Okay, that's fair.
So you can either take movement or prep an action. So
No,
as long as
I
you don't
want
want
to be in the sky.
if you don't want to prep your action, you can move wherever you want. So you have one action, one bonus action, or one movement.
I summon my echo.
Okay, cool. And you're prepping whatever it is that you're prepping. Ryveer, Talila, you doing anything?
I mean, can I just be ready to attack it?
Yeah, you can
I have
prep
a bunch of
that.
things I want to do.
Okay, cool. All
Okay.
right, so those of you who are holding actions, it looks like it's Zalana, Talila, and maybe Ryveer. I don't know if you're holding an action or what it is you're holding.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and unleash at whoever you want to unleash at, and just tell me who you're attacking.
Sweet. Okay, I'd like some DM interaction here, because it says that it has a charge of magic missile, but I don't know if that is a magic missile or a first level magic missile. So whether I get one dart or three.
I would say it's the first level magic missile.
Okay, cool. So one magic missile to everyone, to the 3 items.
Cool. So roll 1d4 plus 1 and cool. 3, 2, 5. Got it. Okay. So that is your action taken off. Zalana.
I'm gonna need some charisma saving throw from those 3 things for Bane.
Bane. Okay.
Yeah.
I was born in the darkness.
Get
That's
out.
for the big. That's for the big boy.
Fail.
You
Oh,
merely
These two are gonna
adopted-
fail too.
Fail.
Oh, they have a -5.
Yeah,
Oh, I picked the right spell. This is awesome.
you're
Cool.
not charismatic.
Okay, and then Talila. Whatever you were
Alright.
holding is yours.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna attack, just
Okay.
regular,
Beep.
and I can.
hmm
So I will have also
Who are you shooting at?
this fun thing.
Horde breaker.
Sorry, just let me roll this, and then
Okay.
I will pick where they go. I'm imagining the first one. Let's just go left to right. So this guy, then middle guy, and then if I am able to do one more, it'll be on that guy.
Okay. Ba-dum. All right. Cool. They all
Longbow machine
do
gun.
their damage. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna go into an initiative. That's everybody's stuff and stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, big numbers.
Oh,
Big
Wow,
numbers right now.
my big boy is like not first. Rude. That's fine. He's if you're not first, you literally are last.
don't worry, I'm right there with him.
Noah, you're up, Mr. Rockflayer.
Yeah. Yes, indeed I am. I'm going to activate one of my charges.
Mm-hmm. Which charge you
Oh,
activate?
I'm gonna act the holy charge, my friend.
Oh yeah.
So the Holy Crusader is going to glow a bright, radiant color, and instead of a bullet fired from it, it's gonna be a guiding bolt at the big guy.
The big boy. Okay. You shoot. What does your guiding bolt look like?
I think it looks like it looks like, you know what? It looks like a bullet. It looks like a holy radiant bullet, but on the side of the bullet, it has whatever this thing's name spelled out on it with holy radiant letters.
Okay.
Like, this one's for you.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yes, I fly 5 feet higher. So yeah, perfect. That is my turn. Yeah, that's my turn, because it takes an action to reload at this level. Yeah, that's my turn.
You can get there. And it has a 10-foot reach, and the only thing it can hit is the thing right in front of it. So it's gonna take 2 swipe'ems at you. It
Missed.
swipes with a hook, and it swipes with a hook. You see it reach out.
Missed.
Just, both of its arms seem to have hooks that are kind of growing where hands should be. And it's covered in like these weird green, mossy, necrotic-looking spores. Solana.
Alrighty. Let's go with let's go with a chromatic orb at the biggin. Level 1.
If this is an attack hit, you got advantage.
It is an attack hit.
Let me show you what this thing really looks like up close and personal. This.
How fun.
Oh, that's lovely.
You look like a very nice friend.
Alex, you just find the cutest things. I mean, I just want to say.
I just want to give it cuddles and scratch right under its aberrant horror neck.
She's gonna take a page out of her girlfriend's book and have it be lightning.
Oh.
Alright. Well, lightning does hit. Okay. For 11 damage. Alright. Okay.
And then she's
Anything
gonna,
else in your turn?
Yeah, she's gonna move behind the giant Greg.
Okay. Ravu.
I'm going to do something a little strange. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And I'm going to hold an attack against this fellow after this fellow moves. Actually, after either of those two move. Optimally, I'd like for one of them to be within 5 feet of this guy, but it might not happen, so I'd rather just, whether or not they get within 5 feet of this fellow, I'll take an attack.
Okay. Cool. Alrighty. You're holding your action for that. Anything you want to do with your bonus action while you're holding your action?
Nope.
Okay. Alright, so this Spore Servant is going to... He's going to run up and try and just make haste of you with his buddy. So first attack, second attack, 15 and 15.
We'll both miss, and
19.
my attacks against the guy who are not at advantage, sadly.
Okay, yep, it is your attack. Go ahead and do that.
Wacha, wacha.
The first one 100% hits. The second one misses, unfortunately.
That's fine.
All right. Talia. Oh wait, it was a negative. I missed those anyway. So I don't even need to roll a d4 because it missed. So. He's Bane, so he would have rolled a minus d4, but the 15's missed you anyway. So,
Yeah, right.
I was just thinking about that. Yeah. But Talia.
As a free action, I just want to turn to Zalana and say, "Do you want to fly straight? You can fly for a bit."
Can I?
As
Yes!
long as he'll let you, I am okay with that. And then I'm gonna turn back to this thing, and I would like to try to. I'm going to try to cast Hail of Thorns on the big guy. So let's see if I can hit it first. I think I have to hit it first.
You have to make a. Okay, is it got a hit or is it just they have to make a dex
I think
saving?
it's when you hit. Let me just put it in there so I don't make a mistake.
My knee itches.
Okay.
Next time you hit a creature.
Sorry,
with
I like to
dex,
throw all the
it's-
rolls in and then
you're
read it.
good. Yeah. So it's a bonus action to do it. So you cast the bonus action first, and then you hit with your first attack. So, and then it's a. They target any creature on a failed save half as much. Okay, cool. So a dex save first of all, just on that bad boy.
D13. Oh man. Okay.
So it'll take 6 from your Hail of Thorns, 12 from your first shot, and 5 from your second shot. So 6, 11, 23. 23.
And then it also affects creatures within 5 feet of it, right?
Yes,
Oh,
but
there's
if you're
nothing there.
attacking, yes,
Okay.
if you're attacking just this, there's
Cool.
nothing within 5 feet of it.
Perfect. Okay. And that's my turn.
Okay. Victor.
All right. I would, as a bonus action, I reach into my backpack and I pull out a potion of growth, and I drink that. So for the next 4 hours,
Yes. That's so
I am
fitting for this game.
quite big.
Large.
Thank you. And I'm going to make 2 attacks against this guy here.
Okay.
So attack 1.
Yeah.
So that'll be that plus that, so 15.
Okay.
And then attack number 2
Yep.
for an additional 15.
Jesus. Okay.
And then I move myself up to here to just try to provide more protection to the squishier people in the back.
All right.
And that ends my turn.
Oh.
Nope, that ends my turn. Sorry.
Okay. So I want to check something here. So this thing is gonna move. Yeah, he added them. He sent them to me. I don't know why they GM rolled. They did. I think you have yours.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
had
he-
it turned on from the other thing, so
he
sorry,
rolled
I turned those
he
off.
rolled a 3 on both of his d4s, so he had 15 for both his attacks.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm like, I don't see
Yeah.
it. What's going on?
No, yeah, I had DM whispers because I like Alex more.
So it's gonna move 15
Fine.
feet
See how it
in there, and then you see that this wave starts to permeate from it. This darker, purpley looking wave that goes to all creatures within 30 feet of it. So everything in that range. So it includes his guys and it includes Greg.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of you are just outside of it. So you need to make, for me, a wisdom saving throw of 15 or take
Oh,
this much
no.
psychic damage and be incapacitated.
Is that
No.
considered a spell?
It is considered a it is an effect,
Wait,
not
what?
a spell.
It is
Yeah.
not a spell. Okay.
It's not a spell. No. Yep. So if you pass the 15, so the 3 of you pass it, Well, 4 of you pass it, so you take half of 33, 17, and you're not incapacitated until his next turn. So, yes.
Okay.
And that is one of their abilities. Oh yeah, the enemies, who are probably both going to fail, because they both have -2. 14, 12, yeah, they both fail, and, well, this one dies. This one is also... it can be incapacitated, look at that. Actually, it does. I don't even have to roll for those because he freaking failed him anyway. Yeah, he doesn't care. He's a big unspeakable horror. He doesn't care.
Just out of curiosity, are we immune to this effect now, or
No.
or should I be shooting? Oh, cool.
No, you're not.
That's awesome.
And then for the other part of his action, because he can do this and something else, he... Anything within 5 feet of him? Well, he still has more movement, so he's going to move here, and he's going to... Because he gets 2 swings. He's going to take one at this big bro and one at Ravier, and I'll do them in that attack order. So the first one will go against Victor's, which he doesn't know is a ghost. So here's the first limb attack. 20 for 26.
That definitely hits.
And this is the one against Ravier.
Mhm.
An 11.
Misses.
I'm not going to tell you what would have happened if you would have hit, because it was not a good time.
Don't worry about it.
Noah, it is your turn.
You killed Greg.
That's right. So what's the AC of your thingamajig?
Of Greg?
No, of Victor. What's your Echo's AC?
Wouldn't you like to know? It's 18.
Okay, well he's not dead then. So yeah, I do need to know. He's back.
What? No, how? No, it is.
Bane.
He hit me
No,
with a
it's-
20.
No,
Bane.
I didn't, because he's a bane.
Oh, haha.
Quit arguing.
Yes,
I mean, you
Bane.
can keep him away. That's cool with me. I'm not gonna
See-
fight you on that.
See, you love Alex more, but I love you more. So put that guy back on there.
There you go. But yeah, that is Rock Flare.
So all this stuff back here, it's statues? Like it's solid ground I could land on, like this giant table?
It seems to
Okay.
be, the table seems to be like a real table, and the stuff on it seems to be alive. Like, this seems to be a living teapot with legs. It seems to be a living sugar... Think of Rick and Morty, where they only pass the butter. Yeah,
Do
that's
we
their...
need to be worried about this giant buzzsaw?
That's just there for effect.
Okay. So, these don't look hostile. They're just giving out tea.
They seem to have a job. And their job is to pass tea.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm just gonna land on the table. I don't know if you want
Okay.
me. I'm just gonna kind of like alt myself right here.
That's fine.
And I'm going to aim down. I'm assuming I'm looking down.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna fire my rifle at the unspeakable horror.
Okay.
Kablooey.
Yes. That'll hit.
That's 14 piercing damage.
Okay.
And because it's an action to reload, and I don't believe I have the ability to take my other action to reload it. Fortunately, I don't get that yet. That's my turn.
Okay. Zalana.
Okay. I am going to look down at Greg and say, "No, Greg, no!" And I will cast a healing word on Greg.
Really love Greg.
Love Greg.
MB Greg. Most valuable
Okay.
Greg. And then I'm gonna look over at the unspeakable horror and draw a quick sigil in the air with my wand. And we're gonna cast a firebolt. 13?
Cool, that's...
Darn it. Okay, well Greg's back up. And that was my goal.
Oh.
He's alive.
He's
For now.
Ravier.
I don't think he's flying anymore.
Well, my attempts to get them lined up in any way, shape, or form have been failing so far. That's fine.
This guy is incapacitated. So.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. What That's an action. That sucks. That's also an action. But that, I believe, is not an action. Yeah, okay. I'll do magic weapon on myself
Ooh. Okay.
because that is a bonus action. And I am concentrating at the moment.
Alright. I'll put a little bubbly dot on you. We'll make it, I don't know, purple, sure.
Cool. And then let's take one strike. 14 is not gonna hit.
Mm-mm.
And a 9, a 10. Right. Okay.
Okay. This Spore Servant is. Let me double check when. I think it's till his next turn. Or be incapacitated until the end of the creature's next turn. So his turn is over now. He's incapacitated, but he can't do anything because his turn's over. Leela.
Alright, I'm gonna... Can I instruct Greg to run away?
Yeah, sure.
It's like my bonus action. I'll just be like,
Sure.
just go. Just get out of here. Okay.
Since that potion has an effect for an hour, but it's not a concentration effect, Greg can still fly.
Is it an hour? I think I may have misread it.
I think
Because the one that I
is.
had on D&D Beyond said an hour, but the one that Mackenzie sent me said 10 minutes, so...
Well, it hasn't been 10 minutes either way, so Greg can still
Okay.
fly for a little bit. I would not recommend flying him onto the buzzsaw, but that's just me.
Fly away, Greg.
Fly
Yeah,
away
let's just
home.
have him get up as far as possible, so...
He can fly up onto the table if you want, or he can fly over here.
Sure, let's have him hang out on the table, like, over here. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Out of reach. He has 60 feet. Okay. And then I'll take my attacks, just regular.
Yep.
21 and 23.
Yep. Cool.
Awesome.
Okay. You want to move anywhere?
No, I'm gonna stay here
Okay, Victor.
in front of Zalana and hope that we don't
Hey.
get killed.
So can I move up to here to get advantage on him? Basically, like I know I wouldn't be there, but like
Yeah, that's fine.
okay. All right. So I want to kill this thing quickly. So attack number 1
Yes, that will hit.
for
13.
13.
Uh-huh.
Everyone can see that 4, right?
Mhm.
Then attack number 2
That'll hit.
for 12 more.
Okay.
Is it still alive?
It is still alive. Whoops, I put plus instead of minus.
Yeah, I'm cheating. All right. Bonus action attack. 22 for 15. Cool. All right. And then I'm sorry, DM. He would move up to here, and because I have to make sure I stack these, unleash incarnation. So bonus action, or no, regular action attack against the unspeakable horror from my echo.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Misses.
that fails. Action surge.
Uh-huh.
You know this is coming. 25 hit.
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna roll my attacks and then do the damage. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. So you have
Okay.
another action attack, and I'm assuming another.
Yep, and then another. Yep. So
So you
second that, and then
That's it. So you only have 3 attacks because you don't get another bonus action attack.
that is correct. So let me
Yeah, all
release
those- all
that
those
there.
hit.
All right.
Uh-huh.
So 1, 2, 3,
31,
plus another 8.
39. Okay.
All right. And that's my turn.
Okay. Well, it doesn't like the fact that you just jacked it up, and it sees 2 of you attacking it, the same thing, Let me double check its range on these. So it's gonna move to this way, to the one that just killed its child.
That's fair.
Right.
Understandable.
I'm just gonna take that away. I don't need that anymore. So, first thing, it's gonna take 2 attacks at you using its bone blade limbs.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna roll the attacks, and then if either of them hit, I will tell you with bone blade he crits on a 19, just so you know.
Okay.
So here's your first, here's your second, and then if I need to roll them, that's first is gonna miss anyway. The second, even with a -4, it's gonna hit you because you have 18, right?
No, my AC is 20 with
Oh,
that, but
it's still gonna hit you anyway. Yeah.
but that second attack is actually a 10.
Oh, you're gonna give him a 10? Okay,
Yeah, I'm
that's
giving
fine.
him a 10.
All right. So you feel, for 1 second, this bone blade slice into you, and then it just kind of doesn't. You just move out of the way, just a little bit. And so
I don't
then
want to know what a bone blade does.
a lot of not fun things is what it does. I'll tell you. And then as the other part of his, attack, he is going to use another one of his many abilities.
I just realized what this thing was. Fuck you, Alex.
And he is going to do another one that's within 30 feet of him. I should just leave this up, take it away. So, you guys see the reality around all of you with this range. Should be 30 feet. Is that 30 feet? Or did I make it too big? Yeah, it's 30 feet. Yep. So everything within this needs to make me a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw as you feel the reality around you to warp. If you fail, you take 28 psychic damage.
Oh,
So this everyone except Zalana, ironically.
+4
Good.
or +3.
Oh,
So it's 16
no.
for Victor.
Oh no, Greg is in there too.
Yep.
Oh, did
Okay.
Greg die?
Yeah, Greg's not gonna be okay.
So so everyone who passed takes 14. Right. Talila, you take 28 psychic damage, and let's see, you failed it by more than 5, so you are both deafened and blinded until the end of your next turn.
Wonderful. That's so
And
fitting considering.
Let me roll a
normally I
dice
do
here
that.
to see if. Okay, cool. And then he doesn't get that other ability back yet.
Well, thank God.
Oh, he's got a whole pocket full of them, just so you know.
And then
Oh.
what happens to Greg?
And Greg is unconscious now because he took more than 6, so Greg is down.
Magic weapon is still up.
Sad looking
Nice.
thing. Okay.
Nice. Cool. Noah.
I hate you and I love you because I just realized what this thing was. I'm on a table. Am I within 5 feet of it? Not that it matters, I'm spending my turn to reload my rifle, but I'm curious.
What was your question, sir?
Am I within... I'm on the table. I know how the map is, but for the sake of me knowing, am I within 5 feet of it or not? I assume
No.
not.
You are not, no.
Okay, so I'm just gonna take my turn to reload my rifle. Yeah.
Wait, did you roll for both? You rolled for you and for Greg, right? Greg was the first one, Greg was the 6? Oh, he was the 13. Okay, got
It's
it.
a 13.
Okay. Alright.
That's my turn. Just reload the rifle.
Greg is dead.
Oh no.
I pointed that out earlier.
Oh no.
I don't have Revivify, I'm sorry.
Greg,
Oh, no.
unfortunately, you see Noah. Greg just lets out a squawk of death and falls off the table. Down.
Are you...
And Talila's
you,
blind and deaf.
Is
Yep.
Talila, base Beastmaster? What are you?
No, I'm Hordebreaker, but I got him at the funhouse.
Oh, so
He was
you
the
no
egg.
longer have Greg.
Zalana, you see
Yeah.
Greg fall off the table.
Zalana swallows a scream and turns to the thing and holds up her wand and lines up, and I'm gonna cast a 4th level Scorching Ray, so I have 5 rays and they're all going to his face.
Okay.
First one is a 19
Uh-huh.
for 5 points of fire damage. The second one is a 15.
Unfortunately, no.
I'm gonna use luck and re-roll that.
Okay.
Let me mark off my mark off my luck before I forget. Gotta grab that again. How dare the somber music turn on? It's a natural 1, so I'll go
no.
into 15.
It still misses, yeah.
Third,
22 will hit.
so that's the third one for 8. The fourth one is a 14, which will miss. And the last one is a 21 for 11.
A good one.
Yes.
Okay.
And that will be the end of my turn.
Ravier.
So 53 minus 22 is 31. And guess how much I have with lay on hands?
30?
31.
How do you? Oh, is that how much you have left, or how much you have total?
I have left.
Okay.
That's
I gave
amazing.
4 to Greg earlier.
Oh, okay. I was like, you should have a 5 or a 0. But
So-
yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Bonus action, I have reclaimed full I don't know if it's vitality. It was either I or A. But whatever. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm upsetty spaghetti.
You were in good flanking position too.
Ooh.
Yep. I'm not willing to give up my +2 for my shield, so it's still going to be one-handed, though. A 19
Yes.
for 11 damage.
Mhm.
17 damage.
Okay.
And second attack. 21.
Yes. And then 12, right? Because you hit that
For-
last one.
12 and dang, I should have done that beforehand. That's fine. No, wait, I used my bonus action already. Okay, that's cool. I will also use another one.
Another one.
Where is it
Okay.
at? There it is. Another 6. So an additional 6 onto that. But yes, that is my full turn. Move action, bonus action.
Layla.
So I'm
Layla.
blinded and deafened,
You
right?
you are blind and deafened, so you do not know that Greg has fallen.
Okay. Yeah. There's not
You
much
know
I
where the
can
creature
do
was,
then.
so you can still shoot it. It's just a disadvantage.
Okay. Sure. I'll try to do that. Just regular attacks. And then disadvantage is this one.
Jesus. Yeah, that's still
20.
hits.
Wow.
Hey!
Disadvantage. Hey-yo.
It's the power of Greg imbuing you with the strength.
Even though I don't know it.
Yeah, one last call.
Well,
to
it's
you.
pretty big. It's hard not to hit it
Right?
if you
Is that
know
your
where
turn?
it is. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Victor, you back yet?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay, cool. So I will do what he asked, which was a second wind. First of all, which is 6. Jesus. It's a good second wind. 16. And then I assume he's gonna want to attack, so I'll just do 2 attacks with him, and you know, that's how that's gonna work. And they're at advantage because
Because vampire slaying, buddy.
really,
Of course.
I have to crit on
Oh.
myself.
Yep.
Come
Come on,
on.
crit again. I dare you.
So that's 9 plus 6, which is 15. And then I think
With a d4,
with a d4, which will also go up.
which
Another
also
6.
gets another 4.
Yep.
Yeah.
so it's there.
Yay. Woo,
then-
dice.
Let me check because I'm pretty sure he has the slasher feat, which means on a critical hit, what happens on a crit. When you score a crit that deals slashing damage until the start of your next turn, Jesus, the target has disadvantage on all attacks. I'm just over here wrecking my own day. So his second attack, of course it's gonna hit. 21 for 9.
Double 21s.
Plus 4, yeah, right. So another 13. Alright. Well, that's his turn. He's probably gonna want to unleash. So I'm just gonna do. Oh wait, he has a bonus. He uses bonus action. Unleash Incarnation is another one of these, and it can't flank, so it's just a straight roll. Mother trucker.
Nice.
And the
That's
D4.
funny.
Oh, that's
Beautiful.
not
Funny.
Good God.
That's funny.
So that's 11, 13, plus 12 is 25. Jesus.
Power of Greg.
The power of Greg compels us all. That was beautiful.
God.
2 crits. Beautiful.
That's funny.
So, how you doing?
How you
He's not-
feeling?
He's not looking well. So what's going to happen now is he's going to go ahead and he's going to 100% try and Bone Blade attack the dude. But they're all at disadvantage with minus D4. So my luck is I'm not going to hit with any of them. So here we go. Anyway, so here's the first attack. 24 minus a D4 is 3, which makes it 21, and his DC is 20. So he's going to take this much damage. 21, and it is slashing damage, so that's a bad time. Oops. But this, oh, I don't know which of his math on here is right, so it's either the 61 or the 46. I don't know, so I'm just gonna do it on his D&D Beyond sheet if he asks. So, second attack is also gonna be at disadvantage against him. That's gonna miss no matter what. Jesus. My whole plan got messed up by double critting myself.
That's funny.
And so it looks down at the thing that it's not yet been able to reach in you, Zalana, and it's gonna, because it can reach you now because you're 30 feet away. It's going to use the other
Oh.
portion of its attack, and you see this acidic bubble of bile spit from its mouth to everything in a straight line. So that means Zalana and Talila both need to make dex saves of 15 or take 23 bile damage, which is acidic.
Oh, shoot.
Can I like try to block it with that? 'Cause
Try
I
and block
rolled
it
well.
from. Well, so it's a full
From-
line for 60
from-
feet, so it basically
Oh,
washes
okay.
over both of you.
Great.
So you'll take. Let me check on something. So you don't take any damage. You take at the start of your turn, Zalana. You'll take 20. You'll take 7d8 at the start of your turn. So you don't take any right this second. So you take it at the start of your turn unless you use your action to wipe it off. So
Okay,
you are
got it.
currently covered in slimy bile. And it's gonna be green. Yeah, that's right. All right, let me roll. I gotta roll 2d6s to see if I get either of these other back. I get one of them.
Oh no.
But yeah, that's your turn now.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot it with my rifle. 16.
Misses.
Okay, that's my turn. I'm
Okay.
not. I don't feel necessary to waste
Solana,
any action
you
surge.
can make. Let me read this to be double 100% sure on this that I read it correctly before. Blah 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 blah. Or be covered in bile. A creature covered in bile takes at the start of its turn until it or another creature uses its action to scrape it. So you'll take this damage first, and then you can use your action to scrape it off, or somebody else can. So you'll take 26 right now.
Okay.
And now roll me a Constitution saving throw to see if you can maintain concentration on Bane. So you need
Oh.
13.
Okie dokie. As a lovely reminder, I'm a warcaster.
So you get advantage. 13 should be
15.
hard. Nope. You still are maintaining, so you're baning. But yes, you have that bile all up in your.
I do. How bad does he look?
You look pretty hurt. Pretty hurt.
I'm gonna use my action to clean off the
Okay.
bile.
So you use your action and you just scrape this bile from your person.
Yeah.
So
as
you are not going
fast
to
as
take
I can.
78 on your next turn.
Yeah, I will roll on the ground and then get back up if I have to to clean this
That
off. of me.
was
Top
really
rock
bad dice
roll.
rolls for that 78. 1, 1, 2, 3, and a 4. That was bad.
I'm aware at how lucky I was. Thank you, Alex.
Ravier.
Yeah. I'm not going to give it a chance. So I am going to use my Channel Divinity on Poison Strike, which lasts for a minute in case I miss both of these. And because it is at advantage for flanking, that is a flat damage addition. Okay, so 22 to hit.
It will hit, yes.
That's 27 poison and 11 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll leave it at that. And then another attack,
Okay.
which is actually 20 for 12 damage.
Yep.
And we'll throw in a smite.
Okay, so all in all,
Hey.
you did a whole bunch of stuff. So the 27 gets the +1 as well, right?
No, the 27 is just 27 flat.
Gotcha. So you did 58 damage.
Yep.
God.
It's looking very hurt.
Dang.
My God.
I'm just
So
glad
you-
that the poison didn't like heal it or something. Weird aberration monster.
Let's see. You are no longer blinded and deafened.
Great. So I see Greg.
Yes.
Oh, great. Okay. Yep. So I'm just gonna take this thing off so I know I'm no longer. Oops. Here we go. Awesome. So she's gonna like let out a scream and she's going to try to Hail of Thorns this thing with everything she's got.
Okay.
And I will roll my attacks and see if I can hit. The 19.
So as you, what is it? 10 plus 12. Okay. As you get your hearing and your sight back, you see that Greg has fallen and is bleeding and not breathing or bacawing as he normally does on the ground. You pull arrows from your quiver and you shoot them up into the air, and between Ryvier, Victor, and Noah, you just see this rain down of thorns just stabbing in all points and portions of this unspeakable horror. And as your hate-infused thorny fury is unleashed upon this unspeakable horror, you see that as they fall over and over and over again, they eventually pin him to the ground, poking out every single one of his yellow eyes, doing the exact amount of damage it had left in life. And you have beaten the unspeakable horror.
Talila just like falls to her knees. That took a lot out of her, and she's just not sure how to handle this now.
It had 340 hit points, and
Oh my
your
God.
22 took it exactly to 340.
Perfect.
So your 58 took a huge portion of its life away.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That is huge. Good
That's a
job.
lot. Holy shit.
Might.
Solana
More
grabs-
effective on an unspeakable horror than a door.
But as you sit there weeping and seeing that this thing has died, you see that its head kind of detaches from the better part of its arms and limbs, and you see the torso and head of the Hatter kind of bounce down from the ceiling onto the let me actually go get him. Where is he? He bounces down from above you guys, landing right beside you, Noah. You see Hatter just bam, just falls down out of the sky, appears there, and then he like rolls off the table, and you see the mechanical arms that lift him up and take him away take his arms and legs that were attached to this creature, rip them off, and then reattach them to Hatter's body. And you see as he gets these limbs reattached, he stands up, and Hatter himself stands 35, 40 feet tall. And he walks over, and he takes the hat off of the mechanical Hatter, flips it over, and dons it on himself. And then he goes over to the side and grabs what looks like a lever. It actually turns out to be his cane. And he kind of, like a person who is pulling their jacket close to get resituated inside of it, he says to you, "Well, it looks like you found what I had lost. Now I can go and take back my factory. I hope I didn't cause you too much trouble." And he sees Talila crying and says, "What's wrong, dear? Did you did what I asked of you."
What's the price to getting what you asked for? And she gestures towards Greg.
Oh, well, that's easy. That can be fixed. I can do what I do with everything around here. I can fix it. If that's what you wish.
Would you please?
Give me just a moment. And you see that he reaches up his cane and he kind of waves it around a little bit, and you see these chains that are on this map, they start spinning and they all hook into Greg. And it's not pretty what happens to Greg next, so I will not describe what happens to Greg with these chains.
I look away.
As you look away and the rest of you look on, it's very gruesome. But about 30-45 seconds go by and Greg is replaced, looking stronger, sturdier, but more mechanical. It looks like the gear that is in the back of the Hatter that you see here is now in the back of Greg. And it looks like he has effectively built you a Warforged Axebeak Greg. So you now have Mecha Greg.
That is so cool. Oh my god, Alex.
And he goes, "Well, you did accomplish what I asked you to, so I do have a reward as promised." And again, these chains kind of fly up into the ceiling and they bring down this chest, and he flips it open, and each chain reaches in and pulls something out and like slams it into each of your chests. And to Ryvir, you get slammed into the chest with some force, not enough to hurt you, but enough to kind of like wind you for a split second. And it's a Warhammer, which looks similar to yours, but this one looks like yours when you cast your magic weapon on it. You have acquired a +1 Warhammer. For the larger Victor, Hatter kind of looks at you for a second. It's like, openly thinks to himself, he was not this big before. But you see that he stretches out this cloak and then like puts it on top of your head. You have acquired a Cape of the Mountebank, and he looks over at you, Rockflare. He says, "Well, here." And he throws you a pair of boots. A pair of boots with wings on them. So now you have the ability to fly more and more often.
Oh my gosh.
One of the chains flies over towards you, Zalana, and he says, "For the person who is always so, well, devoted to our conversations, I have this for you." And he hands you an amulet. This is the +1 amulet of the devout. And then Talila says, "Well, I did give you your friends back, but I had this for you too. That was just an unfortunate circumstance of my factory, and well, you know, as the supervisor, I do have to take responsibility for things that happen." So he hands you this red corundum gem, this red elemental gem. So you have a red elemental gem. And it says, well, I take it you're all ready to go home. It's my factory as well, not built for smaller folk such as yourself. Are you ready?
Zelana will raise her hand. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want your brain back? And she'll pull off the ring and hand it up to him.
Oh. No, I think it's in better hands with you. Unless you don't want it, then I'll take it. But I like having conversations with you. It keeps me sane.
Oh, sure. And she'll put the ring back on her finger.
I actually have a question myself. So the Hatter, I mean, everything we've gone through, this guy's a tinkerer. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah. I want to basically ask him the possibilities or his thoughts on the building of a Gatling gun.
He's like, I mean, I could, it's simple. But I have no need for such things, because, well, I don't use guns. But, I mean, I guess I could help. Might take some time, but what do you need to get? It looks like you have multiple guns. Are you even big enough to carry a Gatling gun? You look too small.
We got something for that. We got something for that.
I mean, I can give you pieces and you can figure out how to build it yourself, but like I said, I don't make guns.
That'd be mighty fine if you can lend some parts.
He gives you different chains and gears and pieces of scrap metal, and we'll say that you have 50% of the material that you need to construct the Gatling gun.
Sweet! It's getting made, people!
You still have to figure out how to make it, but you have 50% of the needed material. So.
Oh, I know. But I got the materials. 50% of them.
Well, anything else before you wisp away home? No? Well, he claps his hands together, and you all you see first this like glittery magic kind of permeate around each of you, and then in the blink of an eye, you reappear in the Dungeon Delvers Guild Tavern, and Julius is sitting there. He's like, just in time. Not early, not late, just on time, just how I like it. I take it everything went well since you were back and not dead. Oh, your bird looks different. What
It's
happened?
a long story, but he's fixed now.
Well,
I imagine his squawk is now kind of metallic, like the sound of like gears grinding together.
Oh,
which is
100%.
horrifying.
100%. And he's, well, as promised, and he pulls out of this bag, which seems to be unending, a coin purse for each of you, with the 750 gold that he promised. And then, Zelana, as you're grabbing your coin purse, you feel this giant woman grab you from behind, lift you up and sit you on her shoulders, and start to just run around the guild tavern. Like she's had one too many, which is hard to do, because she can drink a whole lot. She's been drinking, and you hear off in the distance the bartender say, well, she did what you shouldn't do. She challenged an unbeatable opponent to a drinking contest.
Who did she challenge?
She challenged Durakar, but he's sober. She's not.
No, she is not. No, she's not.
Yeah.
Onward! And Zelana will point towards the door and try to bait Abigail to go outside.
You guys see Abigail with Zelana in tow just run outside, and
Whee!
they just disappear out the door. With that, anything
yeah.
else you want to do?
River is just. I'm gonna take a step next to Victor, and just a slight point at Mecha Greg, and just say, that's the destruction and assembly I was worried about.
Yes, it was destroyed, but then it was reassembled, and who knows? It might come in handy someday as it did today. You're never sure where you might find your next friends.
Friends. Haven't had those in a while.
You hang around here long enough, you shall find some even if you do not want.
Yeah. No, I'll head off to whatever my business is.
Right. And with that, the party kind of disperses, money and items that you have acquired in tow, until the next time when you end up doing something strange. You see Julius the White Rabbit kind of snap his fingers and he disappears as well. And Mecha Greg is just squawking horrifyingly as they are forced back outside. But with that is the completion of Hatter's request. So,
Woo!
mhm.
That monster, man.
What was it? I need to know.
It was called an unspeakable horror.
Literally.
I picked the aberrant armor version.
Nice.
There's like
And
6 different versions.
You said 340 HP?
I gave it 340 HP.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Its
Sorry,
standard
yeah, I
standard HP is 95. So yeah, I gave it 340 HP because y'all are strong. So
That's fair.
So
yeah,
I took
so-
out about a 6 of its health in that one swing.
Mhm.
Or, well, 2 swings, I guess.
Yeah, and Victor, I crit on myself twice with your frickin' when I had to roll for you.
Yeah, I saw that. I sent Pi a message asking if I was still alive while I was feeding Henry.
Uh-huh.
Ah,
I will say with Greg, because he's now Mecha Greg, Greg has effectively been upgraded. So Greg now has an AC of 14. He now has 35 hit points, and his damage is still a +4 to hit, but he is now 1d10 plus 2 instead of 1d8. So
AC
He's
14,
Mecha
HP
35.
35.
And then it's 1d10 plus 2 instead of 1d8 plus 2 for damage.
Is he resistant to like slashing damage because he's made of metal?
Yes. But only to slashing. So.
Hey, but now it's really mean if you go up against someone with heat metal.
Mhm. Yeah.
No, that's not gonna happen.
But yeah.
Tasty Greg.
But yeah, we are done. So there
Well,
you go.
as always, great
Yay.
game, Alex. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
great.
That was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Awesome. And for now, everybody say goodbye to YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube. Happy Dungeon Delving, everyone. Delving, close enough.